because Brenny Sports already played the Uranus before.
Yeah.
One of the first Uranus players was Bonchan. He was the top Uranus player of the Philippines for a very long time. Very long time.
And I think he's also one of the reasons why this pick is so prevalent right now in the scene.
Yep.
I mean, before we used to really laugh at that pick, right? Way back season 3, season 4. But now, man, seriously, the Uranus is one of the S tier picks, not just in the Philippines, but internationally.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So, we are here on to the draft for Blacklist International versus Blufire.
Yeah.
And I would say the picks that we were talking about earlier, they're getting banned out, bro. They're getting banned out. Khalid, Esmeralda, the Fams, obviously these teams will want to go a bit more standard, and they respect each other's strengths. And that Esmeralda not going to be available for Chu as well means that Blacklist might still be opting for the Uranus first pick.
That's right. Nevertheless, Uranus is going to be banned out by Blufire along with the Khalid. Very strong bans now for Blacklist International. Respect is there. When it comes to those meta heroes,
Good
now, for Blufire, are they going to be banning out the Yuzhong or something like along the lines of Cho and Farsa against Blacklist International?
If I'm not ready to pick up the Lancelot, I'll ban it. But obviously that's not going to happen. They'll probably ban out a support hero here. If not one... I don't see a core hero getting banned out, but yeah, it's a support hero. Farsa, oh my god, we're road to 100% prediction again.
That's...
Good. I like the respect this time of Blacklist, because yesterday, if you remember the games yesterday, no respect for the Selena.
That's also true.
Being let go and it dominates games. Now it's getting banned out by Blacklist. Very smart here for the blue side team.
I think for Blacklist to go either Cho or the Ruby as their first picks, because it's a what we call the power pick, wherein it's perfect for the first few phases of the game because it is strong.
Yeah, what about Hilda as well, right?
Hilda is also one of those power picks because it allows your team to maneuver the draft well. At the same time, if your opponent tries to counter it, their draft will be looking bad.
Oh,
but
we
instead,
forgot
Blacklist,
about the Jawhead again.
Jawhead, one of the strongest tanks, and even the side lane for a team. And now I think for Blufire, you go Ruby and Cho.
You do it. Just go for it. I mean, that's comfort. And I don't know if they have something else in mind, obviously. But, yeah. It's gonna... I didn't hear it. It's a Yuzhong. Yeah, there you go.
Alright.
If you remember, Blacklist International is also the team that right after the big patch, they used the Jawhead for the Super Invade. They're one of the first teams to pick it up. And ever since then, it got banned out and picked out almost every game.
Yeah, that's
so, you kind of expect Eson to really hold on to that hero for this one. And I expect them to have that playstyle where they will send another guy into the jungle still. I think that's still a very powerful playstyle for Blacklist International. What is... Okay.
What's that?
Is that like a hand signal?
I don't know. What does that mean?
I will have to ask Crypt that later.
You have to ask that. Now for Blufire, so since they already have the Yuzhong as well as the Valier, I think that it's just fitting to take the Cho right now.
Yeah, get the Cho or the Lancelot, but not...
Go Hilda, of course.
Well, either way, the Hilda will be picked. A lot of these picks are going to get banned out, once we mentioned most likely. And the Hilda priority is not surprising. I mean, we were expecting a first rotation, but it went on second rotation anyway. But I like it. I like the early game that we're talking about here is still very strong for Blufire. This is expect the Valier and the Hilda to stay in the mid lane.
Yeah.
So I'm already seeing what kind of strategy they're planning to throw here to us.
Wonder why Roger. I mean, I'm gonna say that Roger is the flavor of the month, or at least for the past 2 weeks.
For sure.
Roger has been the top priority. I think that since last week and this week, it's either first phase banned or first phase picked. And I think that's impressive for any type of hero, because heroes come and go. Like, for example, Yuzhong is not even the top commodity right now. Uranus is, as well as Esmeralda, but Roger is considered to be one of the better heroes compared to something like Yuzhong.
Yeah, it just takes out towers so quickly. It gets objectives fast. And it's a great candidate to give that Retribution buff to. Retribution battle spell to. So, Yesterday, it was first picked by NXP. That's how good that hero is right now.
That's right.
First picked.
I can't believe it. There's the X-Borg ban. Now, Blacklist International, they are going to ban out the Lancelot as well as this Ling.
Most likely, Lancelot, right?
Yep.
There you go.
Because for Blufire, I mean, what else are you going to get? You're going to take the Yi Sun-shin, and
Yeah.
obviously Yi Sun-shin is not a pick that will be comfortable against the Roger. So you take the Alice this time for Blacklist International. This really prompts Blacklist International to pick something like Baksha.
Yeah, they have to kind of go for the Baksha,
Yeah.
right? A lot of the AoE crowd control.
Yep.
Kufra still not out of the question for me,
No.
right? Kufra still something that
Yep.
you can do.
I
For
think-
Chu, I think he's left with very few options at this point.
Yeah.
I would like to. He's being left to go for the marksman
Yeah.
at this point.
That's right. Oh man, I think you go Ruby if you're Blacklist.
Yeah,
because you
do it.
have a lot of catch,
Yep.
and then you secure the Baksha as well. So my prediction for Blacklist International is Ruby, Baksha as their picks. All right. Oh,
Wow.
something different.
Thank you for that something different that we've been asking for
That's what we need.
quite some time now. And there goes the Ruby that you did predict. There's
Yeah.
no way we're gonna be able to predict the Fire Mist,
No,
so
not at all.
no one's gonna do that.
Yeah.
And Chu, this is the headache for Blufire right now. What are you gonna pick against Chu?
So they go Claude.
And like I said, Marksman
Yep.
picks the role. Hey, they've had very limited success here with the Claude in the early stages
That's
of
right.
of season 6. They had great success with it on season 5. Obviously not as great as some, but still Claude was a good pick back then.
Mhm.
And I think it still is now. I think if you're thinking about marksman aside from carry, you go for Claude,
Yeah.
right? Because Ranger is a no-no. Leslie, yeah, right.
Yeah.
But
Layla.
Mia, what about
Layla, Mia.
Layla and Mia? I want my project next Heroes, but yeah, it's
Yeah,
fine. It's not good.
It's.
For now, it won't be. Maybe later.
I don't know what. I don't know. Well, I think that we made a bet, right? What was your bet for the first Project Next hero to be picked?
I think I was betting Mia.
All right, you go Mia, I go Saber. That's my
Saber,
prediction.
Right, Saber. So
And I hope that we get to see
today,
Saber soon.
please, teams. Today.
Come on, come on.
All right.
All right. So we might be able to see the spells that our players chose.
Yep.
Loading that up in a little bit now.
Yep. Obviously, I kind of expect the Claude obviously to get the retribution. Same
Yeah.
with that Roger. But other than that, all's good in the hood as we load up into Game 1 for Blacklist International versus Blufire.
I want to see some action, and I hope that this will be brought by this Faramis. We know that if you play this kind of hero, you have a little bit of a license to be so aggressive against if you're a good Faramis team, you can use that in a mind game situation. Not in
Oh,
an
there you
actual
go.
one clash, but it's more on the mental state of both of your competitors, right?
Yeah, fight off right away into the get into the fight, use your ultimate, then force your opponents to make a critical mistake. Sounds like a plan to me. Now we are back in the game, and right now, I'll be honest, I'm looking at Faram's skills because I don't know what they're called because it's been a while.
It's called
Ghost Bursters.
No,
That's a skill.
that's the skill. That was the first skill I was talking about.
Shadow Stampede.
Stampede,
There you
right.
go.
It's
Shadow
not
Stampede.
about links, man.
I like it.
Weird.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, that Shadow Stampede is something that really does put a lot of pressure on teams as well. You cannot hit Fireman, so you're kind of forced to reposition. And in a big fight, that is pretty good.
I want to say as well, the heroes that don't have dashes are generally not considered as one of the bundles. Not because of the fact, well, it's a good thing to have a mobility tool to escape your opponents,
at
as what did just happen.
What the heck happened?
Oh,
Just
it's-
literally.
Yeah, I just want to say that it's not just about being able to escape your opponents. It's also about traversing the map. For example, Roger does have a dash, right? And he can go through the walls so that when he takes the purple buff, he can just dash through the wall. And some of the carries aren't viable because they don't have that kind of aspect in them. Look at the top priority carries in the game. They have ways to get out and inside the jungle so easily because of those dashes.
Yeah, and those dashes are super critical when you go into team fights as well, right? So you gotta make sure you got those.
Yeah.
Now, Chu. I like what's happening to Blufire here is that they're behind in gold, but Chu still gets the double buff. That's good. That means he can still keep going. And there's still some pick-off potential with his claw right now, even though he doesn't really have the items yet. Now, oh my god, one by one though, Blacklist International, they just keep finding Blufire members out of nowhere.
I really don't understand how the Faramis was able to take down the Yuzong earlier, but probably because of a dive from the Yuzong.
Probably, right? Overestimation. And then Faramis just gets healed up very easily with the passive.
Positioning of Eson is gonna be of key. Here, remember, Eson on this Johead already showed us a wonderful game in the previous days. I wonder what he will bring in this specific match as well.
He's just waiting. He's zoning up in the bush. He's making sure that the Blacklist has all the buffs as much as they can. And Edward with the ultimate, with Meteor Shower, very easy to just go ahead and take it out.
Yeah.
Now, Next Star as well is holding very well against the Yuzhong, and Blacklist, Blufire rather, they're going for the buff of their own.
There it is.
A reset.
A defensive reset.
Defensive reset. I was thinking that exact term. That's very interesting for this team.
There's the arrival play from Dexstar with the dash as well.
Just
makes
make sure
his movement speed so quick. Did you see that? And
that's funny. It's funny. They're forcing Eson back, and they're expending a lot of skills to do that.
What?
But how did the Edward just randomly take out Claude again?
How?
I
don't understand.
I don't understand, man. This is so confusing.
Alright.
Clip going crazy on the Roger, just wants to add even more to his KDA. I think that's the plan here. Wants to go for that, and of course it's going to be Edward once more with the amount of firepower that he has, just clearing minions for the team to go back into the fight. It's a 1-for-1 all the time with the Faramis from Dexstar.
I wonder what was the idea there for the Yuzhong. I mean, obviously that's not worth it, to say the least.
Absolutely.
And now top lane.
Eson wants to go in again. There's wrong target, but they achieve the same goal.
Yeah.
They're just pushing random buttons at this point. They're winning. I don't know. The rotations are very good, and Chu, he's still trying his best to still get some of that farm, obviously. But how long? I mean,
oh man, it's really hard for Blufire to find it now because they're down by 5,000 in just 5 minutes. Eson is relentless as he finds Fusaken. Fusaken is gonna go down so easily, and a top lane push might even happen at this point.
Yep, there's no doubt about it. Top lane is a very easy target with a Ruby in front of you. Blacklist, they don't mind that it's in their tower. They will go and fight. Another denial on the buff. I think Eson's mastered the art of just targeting the buff and not the players and throwing it back.
And Eson is there once again.
Here you go.
Alright.
Throwing it in the right way this time. And Chu is on the back foot. Here's Yuzhong with a big dragon form. Going in the middle of the team, and the Blazing Duet, it's maximum efficiency, but it's not going to be enough. Blufire are going to have to back off on this one. Lim's still stuck in the middle of everything. Edward very healthy on the back foot, doing a lot of free fire damage. Food's going to force him back off. Oh my god, this is just a massacre, and Blufire, they're holding on to dear life here, bro.
And it's just 6 minutes in. Blacklist International have already established a 5,000 gold lead. They're also in a good trajectory around this turtle area. That's the second turtle of the game. And you can see they can take it so easily for their team. I think Dexter wants to dive this, or will they?
Yep, surprisingly,
that's
just a lot of damage output. Eson getting ready with the ejector. Forces Kripsu back, and that's first tower is going to go down soon, bro. Like unseen with, of course, the Alice Blood Ode into the enemy. Not really that much. Ooh, you can't regen out of that one. That's burst damage coming in from that Chang'e. And while all that's happening, Full Clip also gets a turtle.
That's what we like from Blacklist International. They're also able to get all these valuable objectives. And I think that really separates the team and almost getting that one.
Eson's job is to literally reset minions, reset the buff all day long.
Eson reset.
The Eson reset.
Oh my goodness. Onto the bottom, we can see Dexter just constantly shoving that lane. That also means that Blufire will always need to react onto the side lanes, which means as well that this Roger is indeed freely farming around the map. The map is his, basically.
Yep, map is all theirs for the taking. And now
What?
Chu, he's
What?
what?
Was that an SN play? Probably an SN play.
Probably
man.
an S on play, but that shouldn't happen. Someone should really stick close to Chu here and make sure he doesn't die outright, because those deaths, they're just less time for him to farm.
Fortunately for Fuzaken, there's a wall guarding him in there. A rival play top lane, man.
Here we go, another one for Dexstar. Finally gonna be able to use that ultimate for his teammates? I don't think so. He will just save it, go Stampede to walk on out of there, and the rest of the team, they can just walk and make sure they have distance, not even needing the Pharaoh's ultimate at this point.
That's really scary for Blufire. Fortunately for them, it's just 8 minutes in. That means that it's still pretty much the mid-game, and knowing that, of course, Blacklist International, they aren't that strong yet. But you can assume in the next few minutes, it's going to be harder and harder for Blufire to outlast Blacklist International.
Yeah, it's really funny because Eson, they're all fired up. They're all itemized, but he's still waiting for buffs.
Yeah.
He's waiting for Chu, and he actually catches it
What?
again! Why? Why?
Eson, man, he's a
Eson.
beast.
He's a... Oh, man.
You should be looking at Eson almost every time he plays a joint. There it is. There it is.
Did you see that? We're going to talk
combo.
about that. The combo, man. The Pharaoh's combo with the Ghost Stampede and the Ejector basically throwed the Pharaoh's far away, and it pulls the enemy close. What?
Oh, wow, that's amazing trick. An amazing trick for Blacklist International as they're pushing bottom lane.
Yep, bottom lane is not going to be long for this world. That Limbs is going to go in and deep and diving on out of there. Not even enough damage to go down with Dragon in form. And even Unseen on the Alice can't really go into the enemy yet.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he has the Winter Truncheon or Winter Scepter completed.
No.
So it's going to be so difficult for them to actually even walk on out of there. And Lord should be a very easy pick here for Blacklist.
Now we'll see how Blufire will try to manage this as Crypto is going to be taken
Eson?
down. Oh, there it is again.
If not the Pharaohs, throw literally anyone back to your team, and they will die for the power of that meteor shower.
This also means Blacklist International will take the Lord for themselves so easily against Blufire. And Tikuras is now available for Eson. That means that this Claude is not going to be a factor anymore. Especially because Blufire is down by almost 10,000 when it comes to gold.
Yeah, you know the thing about that is, right after the Blazing Duet, it already gets reduced by 30%. Because Blazing Duet is a humongous amount of normal attacks.
Yes.
And each normal attack will lessen your overall damage by 10%.
Yeah.
And you only need 3 of those.
Yeah, 30% maximum
30%
for the
maximum.
Tikuras, and I think that's already massive. Most importantly, against heroes like Claude.
Yes, the heroes with the nuker heroes, right? The big AoE damage dealers. You reduce that AoE into almost nothing, then you just lost the team fight. And that's basically the problem that Blufire is encountering right now. If not for that armor, that deter armor, forgot the name, they are going to make use of the anti-Kiras, and the push is going to be happening here whether they like it or not. Kripzu going to be absorbing the brunt of the damage. That's Limbs diving in on the back foot, trying to proc that passive as much as he can, but not really going to be enough to get Blacklist members low. They're still ready for round 2 here on the bottom side of the map. Tower goes down, and there is not much that Blufire can do about it.
Oh, look at this. Edward looking for the meteor shower, but doesn't have any minions anymore, so he cannot dive. But in the middle, a little bit of a march for the minions as they want to take their second inhibitor turret, and indeed they will so easily against Blufire.
Man, we were like super hyped by this Pharaoh's pick, and we were not disappointed. This Pharaoh's is definitely doing wonders for Blacklist, giving them a lot of confidence to go in, and knowing that even if they go down, they're still going to be able to finish the game at this point. And they are going to still do that. Here, Ruby is in everything.
Oh,
pulled everyone back.
Goodness. Not even a death on the side of Blacklist International. Not even a proc of the cult altar. Yeah. We're talking about how strong and how strong it is. There it is. An easy take.
Easy take there for Blacklist.